photoelectro skin poration system PSP is a machine designed for administering beauty treatments to the face and body. It integrates two complementary techniques, electroporation and photoporation. Electroporation. Electroporation is a technique based on the application of a high-voltage electrical current to cells over a very short period of time. This pulsating current causes small channels, or micropores, to be formed in the membranes, through which the molecules in the surrounding area are able to pass. The initial concept of cellular electroporation has been extended to include transdermal or transcutaneous electroporation, given that skin is a lipid barrier and electrical current is able to open up transient and reversible pores in the skin. These pores enable the substances administered by this method to pass through. Features of transcutaneous electroporation. 1. Micropores or channels are opened up. 2. These pores are transient and reversible. 3. It does not cause changes in the tissues or the cells. 4. Electroporation is an athermal process. 5. The substances are pushed through by an electrical impulse. 6. It allows the penetration of any kind of substance, regardless of its electrochemical nature. It does not need to have an electrical charge. Photoporation. The electroporation effect that results from this pulsating current is combined with a photoporation effect, which is the opening of pores using high-intensity light. PSP indications. PSP is a machine for the transcutaneous penetration of active products, which means that the instructions depend on the type of product used. Body. Cellulite, celluactive. Reducing localized fatty deposits, lipoactive. Toning, tone active. Skin regeneration, stretch marks and scars, lice active. Facial. Anti-aging, derm active. Each body treatment roll-on applicator contains enough for approximately 3 treatment sessions, depending on the size and number of areas it is applied to, the application time, the pressure applied to the dispenser, and how quickly it is moved over the skin. Each facial treatment roll-on applicator is sufficient for approximately 4 treatment sessions. The exact composition of the product dispensers is detailed on the back of each dispenser. Connecting the unit. After connecting the power supply and the various electrodes to the unit's output connectors, we then switch the unit on. The unit runs a startup test, emitting a number of beeps and displaying the language selection screen. Select the language by pressing the key directly below the appropriate language. After selecting the operating language, the unit is ready to operate in manual mode. Manual mode. In manual mode, the operator chooses the application settings depending on the treatment that is being performed. These settings are described below. Number of channels, LED light. If you want light, select the LED color by repeatedly pressing the color selection key. This changes the color of the LED located above the key: green, blue, red, and off. The light intensity is adjusted by pressing the keys directly below the colour selection key. The intensity of the LED light will change once the treatment has started and after the intensity of the current has been regulated. Modulating wave frequency. This frequency can be set between 1.6 and 2.5 Hz. In general, lower frequency settings are used in facial treatments to produce less muscular stimulation, and the higher frequency settings are used in body treatments to enable greater muscular stimulation. Carrier wave frequency. This frequency can be set between 0.8 and 2.6 kHz. In general, reducing the frequency also reduces the current's ability to penetrate the body. Voltage of the current. This can be set between 0 and 100%, depending on the client's level of sensitivity. In general, better results are obtained at higher voltage ratings, so it is recommended to set the voltage as high as possible without it feeling unpleasant or uncomfortable. Application time. This can be set between 1 and 99 minutes. Preset programs. All of the preset programs have been programmed based on the instructions and applications for each program in order to obtain the optimum result. However, to adapt to individual response and sensitivity, the intensity of the LEDs and current voltage can be adjusted. The default body application time is 10 minutes, split into two 5-minute phases. This time is indicated for treating medium-sized areas, saddlebags, thighs, buttocks, or a not too large abdomen. If the area is large, like the upper leg or a large abdomen, 2 10-minute cycles per area should be applied, or the operator can set the application time manually. It must be remembered that for saddlebags, thighs or buttocks, etc., the 10-minute period only refers to one side of the body. The same length of time should also be applied to the other side. So, the typical application time for saddlebags is 10 minutes on the right side and 10 minutes on the left side. The default face application time is 8 minutes for half the face, also split into two 4-minute phases. The same amount of time should be applied to the other half of the face. If you wish to treat the neck or cleavage, the application time is also 8 minutes. Directions for treatment. The treatment should always be performed on clean skin, free from makeup, so the first step is to suitably prepare the area to be treated. For a more effective treatment, it is recommended to combine the treatments, especially Lis Active and Derm Active, with a microdermabrasion system to facilitate skin exfoliation and improve penetration of the active product. This should be carried out prior to treatment. Once the skin has been cleaned and prepared, the unit should be connected and programmed according to the specific instructions for each treatment. Remember that preset treatments may be used to suit the product being used, or the settings can also be programmed manually. Select the appropriate product for treatment and connect it to either the applicator with light, screw connection, or the applicator without light, screw and connect the button cable. A suitable amount of conductive gel must be applied to the plate on the return electrode. This plate should be positioned near to the treatment area, if necessary with the assistance of the correct elastic fastening strap. If you're going to use the light applicator, suitable eye protection should be used, both by the operator and the client. Before beginning the treatment, a suitable amount of the treatment product should be applied to the area to be treated. In order to do this, the area should be passed over several times to allow the product to be released and spread over the entire area. When the skin is suitably moist, the electrical current may be turned on, gradually increasing the current to the appropriate level so that the client feels an intense but not unpleasant sensation. Then increase the intensity of the LEDs. Up to this point, the phototherapy function has not been turned on. The LED light only works when the voltage is greater than 0 and the electrical current circuit has been closed, that is, when the return plate and the roll-on applicator are touching the skin of the person receiving treatment. The skin has been fully moistened and the current intensity has been increased. If any time during the treatment the roll-on applicator is separated from the skin, the LED will remain lit for 3 seconds and then switch off until contact is resumed. In general, the intensity of the LEDs will always be at maximum, level 4, to get the greatest benefit from the phototherapy. Although in some cases, this level of intensity may be excessive, for example in facial treatments near to the eyes. In order to improve the penetration of the product into the skin, it is recommended to move the roll-on applicator over the skin using slow circular motions and to apply light pressure throughout the application. As the effectiveness of the treatment depends on the penetration of the active product into the skin, it's necessary for a treatment to be concentrated on a particular area for a minimum period of time, usually 10 minutes on an area of the body and 8 minutes on a part of the face. The recommended times are already defined in the unit's preset treatments. It is important that the skin remains moist throughout the treatment. If necessary, more gel can be released by pressing down on the roll-on applicator. Otherwise, if there is a reduction in the level of moisture, the client will experience a reduced sensation of the current passing through, and the effectiveness of the treatment will also be reduced. If at any time the sensation of current is reduced, it may be necessary to check the following. A. That the return plate has adequate contact with the skin and the correct amount of conductive gel has been used. B. Check the connections between the unit, the active electrode and the return plate. C. Check the amount of product in the application area. D. Check the pressure applied on the skin when using the roll-on applicator. To briefly pause the treatment, press the Start/Stop button and then press it again to restart. Although the current intensity will need to be increased again as the unit automatically returns to 0 for safety reasons. When using the preset programs, remember that they have been split into 2 separate phases, each with different settings. Therefore, when you are treating more than one area, first perform the full treatment in one area and then move on to the next area, going on to treat as many different areas as you wish. The same area must be evenly covered during the first phase, 4 or 5 minutes, and then this step is repeated during the second phase. When it is time for the treatment to end, the unit will beep and display the message, "End of treatment program." When working with a preset program, the options "Treat another area" or "End application" are displayed. If you select Treat another area, the preset settings for the previous application will be displayed, with a new operating time of 8 or 10 minutes, depending on whether it is a facial or body treatment. The unit starts up again by pressing the Start/Stop button. If you select End Application, the unit returns to the Start screen. Lightly massage the area so that any remaining product is absorbed into the skin, and follow up with another type of cosmetic product, depending on whether it is a facial or body treatment. The described operating mode is for the photoelectroporation technique, that is, the combined application of electroporation current and phototherapy. If you wish to perform just an electroporation treatment, connect the roll-on applicator without light and follow the same procedure. It is not necessary to activate or regulate the phototherapy treatment. PSP Anti-Aging. For a more effective treatment, it is recommended to first prepare the skin with an exfoliating or microdermabrasion treatment to enhance penetration of the anti-aging product. This should be carried out prior to treatment. The anti-aging treatments are applied following the settings indicated in the preset program. When treatment is applied to the face, it is important to use adequate eye protection. PSP stretch marks and scars. It is recommended to combine the treatments with a reputable microdermabrasion system to facilitate skin exfoliation and improve penetration of the active product. This should be carried out prior to treatment. PSP for fatty deposits. PSP toning.